Hello everyone, I am Nathan, I'm the Angry Husker fan, and this is my take. And Marcus Mariota, quarterback for the University of Oregon, has finally won the Heisman. We all knew it was coming. He wins. He's the best quarterback in college football, bar none. He deserves it. He was a fantastic player, had a fantastic year over in Oregon. They have a very good chance of making the college football championship game. Excuse me. So, congratulations to him, and congratulations to the two runners-up, Melvin Gordon, who earned his right to be in New York because of our defensive performance. And to Imani Cooper, easily the best receiver in all of college football. He's fantastic. But I've got something to say about the Heisman in general, not just for this year, but this is a way I felt for a very long time regarding the Heisman. I really don't care for the award. I really don't. You see, to me, the Heisman Trophy does not really represent the best player in college football year in and year out. This year, yeah, it does. But most years, I feel that the Heisman is little more than a popularity contest, picking the best player from the best team. And that's not what the Heisman's supposed to be about. The Heisman Trophy is supposed to be awarded to the best player in college football, regardless of the team he's on and regardless of the position he plays. How is it then that there's only been one defensive player to ever win the Heisman Trophy, and that defensive player had to not only play amazing defense, but return kickoffs as well? You cannot tell me that in the 100+ years that college football has existed, not only once has an entire half of the ball had the best player in the game. You can't tell me that. It's just not true. And you can't tell me that only quarterbacks and running backs could possibly be the best college football player in the entire country. And you can't tell me that the best college football player in the country always comes from a championship team. I mean, it just seems a bit ridiculous to me. It's a popularity contest. It's a career achievement award in a lot of cases as well. You know, it's not like the MVP award in the NFL. Most valuable player, that almost always applies to a quarterback. Because quarterbacks are the most important player on a team. Easily. But the Heisman isn't about the most important player. It's about the best player. And the best player isn't always the most important to a team. So how come it always ends up being the quarterback or running back that win the Heisman Trophy? Well, it's easy for those guys to rack up huge numbers, namely, is what it is. But it does seem very unfair. When your award is specifically designed to go to the best player and not the most valuable player, then it should go, at least every now and then, to an outstanding defensive player. To an outstanding, I don't know, wide receiver wins it every now and then, but hardly ever. So, how come a D lineman never wins the Heisman? How come an O lineman never wins the Heisman? How come a linebacker never wins the Heisman? It's always quarterbacks and running backs. I don't know. To me, it's always seemed like a sham. Always seemed like a sham, and I never really liked it. It looks really good for a college football program to have Heisman Trophy winners, but let's face it, it doesn't really represent the best player in college football. That's the deal I have with it. I'm not taking anything away from Marcus Mariota or any other past trophy winners. Amazing players deserve recognition. I'm just saying that the spectrum of players who can win the Heisman should be expanded. That Heisman voters should be willing to vote for defensive players. That Heisman Trophy voters should not simply look at the best quarterback or running back on the best team. They should expand their view of who can win the trophy. Hey, there's some crappy teams out there with amazing players. There are teams out there with 3-4 losses that have players that can play with anybody, but they never get any recognition. It's very, very rare. Extremely rare. And I don't think that's fair. That's just me. That's my take on it. Alright? Again, I don't want to take anything away from present Heisman Trophy winners, but I'm just saying, expand your viewpoint a little bit. Other players and other teams deserve a shot. At least an invite to New York. Alright, that's it for me. This is Nathan. This has been my take. You all have a good one.